Capricorn, tell me honestly, why have you been feeling so drained lately? So tired, as if no amount of rest can fill you back up. It feels like life itself has been pulling the energy straight out of your body. This is not just physical exhaustion, it's deeper, it's spiritual. September 28th, 29th and 30th are not ordinary days. They are the final 3 days of testing before your destiny shifts into a new chapter. Here's the danger. If you ignore the signs, your energy could collapse completely, leaving you stuck in the same cycle for months ahead. But here's the promise. If you recognize what's really happening, these same days can flip your tiredness into unstoppable strength and clarity. The heaviness you feel is not weakness. It's the universe preparing you for a breakthrough. A new level of power is waiting to rise within you, but it can only emerge once you pass this final tiredness test. So stay with me, Capricorn, because in the next few moments, you'll understand exactly why you're tired, what's draining you, and how these last 3 days of September will change everything. Let's step into the storm, Capricorn. The first thing you must understand is this. Your exhaustion is not random. It is not just your body being weak, or you needing more sleep, or you pushing yourself too hard. No, this goes far beyond the physical. September 28th, 29th and 30th are carrying what I call the prophecy of the drain. These 3 days are marked as spiritual checkpoints, and the tiredness you feel is part of that prophecy. It is happening because something in your soul is being tested and something in your destiny is being reshaped. So let's break this down. What exactly does the drain mean? The drain shows up in 3 powerful ways. People around you are unknowingly pulling on your life force. You might notice certain people leaving you feeling heavier after you speak to them. Maybe it's family drama, a co-worker's negativity, or even a friend who constantly needs you but never gives back. Every time you're near them, you feel depleted. That's not in your imagination. It's your spirit recognizing an energy imbalance. Old cycles are demanding to close. Sometimes, exhaustion is the body's way of saying, I can't carry this anymore. Spirit is pressing you to release habits, attachments, or situations that you've been holding on to for far too long. Each time you resist, your body feels heavier. Each time you hold on to something expired, your soul grows more tired. Spirit is revealing where you've given too much and received nothing in return. Think about it. How many times have you poured your energy into others, into jobs, into responsibilities, and gotten little to no appreciation back? The drain exposes these imbalances. It's not to punish you, it's to wake you up to the places where your energy is being stolen without replenishment. Now here's where the story turns. But here's the twist. This tiredness is not punishment, it's a signal, a divine alarm bell telling you that a karmic chapter is closing. It's almost like your soul has been running a marathon for years, carrying weight that wasn't even yours. And now, as September ends, the race is nearly finished. The heaviness you feel is the final stretch. Think of it this way. When the night is darkest, dawn is about to break. When your body feels most drained, that is often the very moment transformation is closest. The drain is not here to destroy you. It's here to empty out what no longer belongs to you so that your true power can finally rise. Capricorn, picture this. You've been carrying a backpack filled with stones. Each stone represents someone's expectations, old fears, unfinished responsibilities, or past memories you never fully released. Day after day, year after year, you've carried it. Of course you're tired, of course your shoulders ache. But now, September 28th to 30th, the universe is saying, put it down, release it, drop the stones. The journey ahead doesn't require that old weight. And here's something powerful. The very exhaustion you feel today is the proof that you are ready to let go. If you weren't ready, you wouldn't feel the pressure. You feel it because your spirit knows this is the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. But here's another twist. If you ignore the drain, if you keep carrying those stones, your tiredness will deepen. It will follow you into October and beyond. Instead of transformation, you'll feel stuck, spinning in circles, drained by the same people, repeating the same cycles, and missing the doorway that these final 3 days are opening for you. That's why awareness is everything. By noticing the drain, you actually begin to heal it. By acknowledging the exhaustion for what it truly is, you shift it from being a weakness into a strength. Because the moment you name it, the moment you say, "This isn't random, this is spiritual," you stop being the victim of tiredness and start becoming the master of transformation. Capricorn, I want you to really imagine something. Imagine September 30th arrives, and instead of collapsing from exhaustion, you rise up feeling lighter. Imagine that the same drained energy that haunted you suddenly flips into unstoppable momentum. What would it feel like to wake up, not with heaviness, but with clarity and drive? What would it feel like to know that all the cycles that weighed you down have finally ended? That is the reward waiting for you if you endure the drain. But remember, the prophecy is not automatic. You don't just pass through it unconsciously. These 3 days are asking for awareness, courage, and the willingness to release. Let me tell you a hidden truth. Tiredness is often the disguise of transformation. What feels like collapse is really preparation. What feels like weakness is really rebirth in slow motion. So when you feel that heaviness in your bones, when you notice your body dragging, remind yourself, it's not the end of your energy, it's the end of your old story. Spirit is saying, your body is shutting down what no longer belongs, so your soul can finally rise into what does. But here's the final twist of this prophecy. The drain doesn't just reveal who is taking from you, it also reveals who truly gives to you. Pay attention in these 3 days. Notice who leaves you exhausted and who lifts you up. Notice the environments that weigh you down versus the ones that give you peace. The prophecy works like a compass. It's pointing you toward your future, but only if you're willing to notice the difference. Capricorn, your exhaustion is not random. It is sacred. It is prophetic. And if you endure these final 3 days with awareness, you won't just recover, you will transform. By the close of September 30th, the same tiredness you feel today will become the fuel for your next chapter. You are not being emptied to collapse. You are being emptied to rise, Capricorn. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you are fighting a battle most people can't see. What you've been calling fatigue is really a sign that your spirit has been under constant pressure. The exhaustion creeping through your days is not simply about overwork, lack of sleep, or too much stress. It's deeper than that. It's a spiritual struggle that has been building beneath the surface of your life. The universe sometimes allows hidden forces to rise around you, people, events, even memories, to test your strength, your boundaries, and your self-awareness. Right now, you're in such a test. That's why nothing feels normal. That's why you can sleep 8 hours and still wake up feeling heavy. That's why even quiet moments feel noisy inside your chest. Let's talk about what this hidden battle really looks like. You may have noticed that rest doesn't heal you. You lie down, you try to recharge, yet your energy doesn't come back. It's as though someone unplugged your charger from the wall. You may have noticed that sleep doesn't refresh you. You drift off at night hoping to feel better in the morning, but instead, you wake up with the same weight you went to bed with. And you've probably felt that no matter what you do, you're dragging invisible chains no one else can see, but you can feel pulling at your body, your mind, and your spirit. This is not a failure on your part. This is a sign. The chains you feel are not a product of your imagination. They are symbolic of energetic cords attached to you from past experiences, unresolved emotions, and even from people who consciously or unconsciously drain you. But here's the twist. Those chains are not yours. They were never yours. They are someone else's energy cords wrapped around you. Old attachments, old fears, old obligations, and the weight of others' expectations. You've been carrying what does not belong to you. You've been living inside stories that ended long ago. And every time you try to move forward, those cords pull you back into old patterns. The universe, in its wisdom, is allowing you to feel these cords now because you're finally strong enough to release them. You may think your exhaustion is a sign you're losing, but in truth, it's a sign that the battle is about to end. Between September 28th and 30th, the hidden battle reaches its climax. This is the window when the universe begins to rip those cords apart, not gently, but decisively. Events may happen that shock you. People may reveal their true intentions. Memories may resurface that you thought you had buried. It can feel chaotic at first, but it's actually the cutting away of what's been attached to you for too long. Capricorn, picture yourself standing in a room full of old ropes tied to your arms and legs. Each rope represents a different thing: an old heartbreak you never healed, a family obligation that drains you, a job or relationship that feeds off your effort without giving back, an identity you outgrew years ago but kept wearing out, habit. Now imagine the universe walking into that room with a sword of light. One by one, the ropes begin to snap. They don't all break at once, but you can feel the tension loosening. This is what these final 3 days of September are designed to do. You might feel it physically as a sudden release of tension. You might notice you're crying unexpectedly, or that you suddenly have the courage to say no where you used to say yes. You might feel dizzy, emotional, or even strangely light. These are not random mood swings. These are signs that the cords are breaking. But here's another twist. Releasing these cords is not passive. The universe is initiating the process, but you must also allow it. That means you cannot keep clutching the same ropes out of fear or guilt. You cannot keep feeding the same people, habits, or thoughts that drain you. If you do, the cords will regrow. But if you surrender and trust the process, if you let go of what clearly no longer belongs, the release will be permanent. This hidden battle you're in is not only about removing what is wrong, it's also about creating space for what is right. Once these cords are gone, once the chains are cut, your energy will no longer leak into the past. It will flow forward. Your body will begin to recharge again. Your mind will feel clearer. You'll notice ideas, opportunities, and people arriving who actually nourish you instead of drain you. Capricorn, think of your life like a garden. For years, weeds have been quietly wrapping around the roots of your flowers. You've watered and cared for the garden, but the weeds took most of the nourishment, leaving your flowers weak. These final 3 days of September are like a great pulling up of weeds. It's messy. It looks like disruption, but it's actually liberation. Once the weeds are gone, your garden can thrive. You may feel a moment of emptiness after the cords break, like a silence where noise used to be. Don't mistake that for loss. That silence is your space returning to you. That emptiness is your energy coming back home. That stillness is your soul finally breathing without weight pressing on its chest. And here's the most important thing to remember. The battle you're in right now is hidden, but its outcome will be visible. By the end of September 30th, you will either be standing lighter and clearer or still carrying the chains of the past. The difference depends on your willingness to release. Capricorn, you are not weak. You are not broken. You are a warrior at the end of a long campaign. The exhaustion you feel is not defeat, it's the signal that victory is near. The universe is cutting cords you've been attached to for years. It may hurt, it may confuse you, it may scare you, but it is sacred. It is necessary. If you can hold steady through these 3 days, if you can keep reminding yourself, this is not weakness, this is release, you will walk out of September lighter than you have ever felt. The invisible chains will fall, the hidden battle will end, and for the first time in a long time, your energy will be fully your own. Capricorn, these final 3 days are not just about survival. They are about reclaiming your power. You are stepping out of the shadow of other people's energy. You are stepping out of old memories and obligations. You are stepping into a future where your strength is no longer stolen, but amplified. Remember this as you move through September 28th to 30th. When your body feels the most tired, when your spirit feels the most heavy, that is when the cords are loosening. That is when the battle is peaking. And that is when your greatest liberation is taking shape. The chains you feel are not yours. They never were. The universe is here to cut them. All you have to do is let go. Capricorn, these final 3 days will act like a mirror, showing you things you might not want to see, but absolutely need to. What you're calling tiredness is more than fatigue. It's a reflection. It's your body and spirit working together to reveal hidden truths you've ignored for far too long. That heaviness in your chest, that fog in your mind, that weight pressing on your shoulders, it's not random. It's a mirror reflecting back the truth of your life. And in this mirror, 3 questions rise again and again. Who drains your spirit? Think about the people in your life. Some leave you lighter after a conversation. Others leave you exhausted. The mirror of exhaustion exposes them clearly. You'll notice in these 3 days that certain people push harder, demand more, or lean on you without balance. They may not even realize they're doing it, but the effect is undeniable. You walk away feeling weaker. The mirror is showing you the truth. These connections cannot continue as they are. Where have you betrayed your own energy? This is not only about others. Sometimes the biggest betrayal is within. The mirror reflects the moments where you said yes when you wanted to say no, where you ignored your intuition to please others, where you carried responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. That tiredness you feel is your spirit showing you the price of those compromises. What fears still sit inside your body like heavy stones? Capricorn, some of your exhaustion comes not from today, but from yesterday, from fears, guilt, or regrets buried deep inside. The mirror will not let you escape them during these days. It will bring them to the surface, not to break you, but to free you. What you don't face will always drain you. The mirror forces you to finally see what must be released. And here is where things get uncomfortable. You'll notice people around you revealing their true faces. Someone you thought was supportive may show indifference. Someone you trusted may speak words that cut deeper than expected. Some will push you harder, testing your boundaries. Others may suddenly disappear, leaving you to carry weight alone. And some will secretly root against you, hoping you stumble while smiling in your faith. But here's the twist. Every act of betrayal or pressure is not a curse. It is a clue. Spirit is not punishing you. Spirit is revealing what can no longer walk into your future with you. The mirror strips away illusions, showing you clearly who and what belongs in your next chapter, and who must remain behind in the old one. Capricorn, it may feel cruel, it may feel harsh, but it is medicine for your soul. Because the truth is this: you cannot step into destiny carrying lies. You cannot move into your breakthrough with masks still around you. The mirror of exhaustion ensures that the truth is revealed, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. You may ask yourself, why now? Why does it all feel so heavy at the end of September? The answer is simple. The timing is divine. The universe knows you are about to step into a powerful cycle, and before you do, it must make sure you see clearly. Clarity is the first requirement of destiny. Without it, you risk building a future on false foundations. Imagine looking into a physical mirror after a long day. It shows you the smudges, the tired eyes, the unspoken weight. You can choose to ignore it, or you can face it and cleanse yourself. Spirit is offering you that same reflection now, not to shame you, but to purify you. But here's another twist. The mirror doesn't only reveal what drains you, it also reveals what strengthens you. In these 3 days, pay close attention to who makes you feel lighter, calmer, and more alive. Notice the spaces, habits, and moments that restore you rather than deplete you. These are the allies of your future. The mirror is double-sided. It shows both shadow and light, weakness and strength, enemy and friend. Capricorn, your tiredness is not breaking you. It's awakening you. It's forcing you to notice what you once overlooked. It's pushing you to confront truths you once buried. And it's guiding you toward choices that will either lock you in exhaustion for years to come, or liberate you into the energy you've been searching for. Do not fear the mirror. Fear comes from thinking the reflection will destroy you. But the reality is this: the reflection will set you free. When you see the truth of who is for you and who is against you, when you recognize the ways you've betrayed your own energy, when you finally face the fears that keep you heavy, you will no longer live blind. You will live awake. And an awakened Capricorn is unstoppable. These 3 days are your mirror. Look closely. Look honestly. And when you do, the tiredness will begin to shift. It will no longer feel like an endless weight. It will feel like guidance, pointing you toward release. Capricorn, exhaustion is not the end of your story. It's the reflection that makes your next chapter possible. What the mirror shows may sting at first, but what it gives you is clarity. And clarity is the seed of power, Capricorn. Listen closely now, because what you're about to hear will decide how you step into October and how you carry yourself for the next cycle of your destiny. The universe is whispering. The more tired you feel right now, the closer you are to wearing the crown of energy. Yes, that heaviness in your bones, that fog in your mind, that exhaustion that doesn't make sense, it's not the end, it's the threshold. Think of it like this: when a queen or king is about to be crowned, there is always a moment of deep silence, a weight pressing down, a sacred stillness before the crown is placed upon their head. That's what these final 3 days, September 28th, 29th and 30th, are for you. Your body is shutting down old frequencies so a new power can rise inside you. The tiredness you feel? It's your spirit saying, I can no longer run on the same old energy. Something higher must take its place. But here's the twist. The crown doesn't appear automatically. It only comes if you endure these final 3 days with faith, not fear. If you collapse into fear, the exhaustion will become chains. But if you stand in faith, even while tired, the exhaustion becomes fire. And fire transforms everything. Capricorn, picture this with me. Right now, the universe is building a new throne for you. It is polished with trials. It is strengthened with your tears. It is carved from every test you thought you would never survive. And above that throne hangs the crown of energy, not just strength in your body, but divine stamina in your soul. Do you see it? A crown made of light, a crown made of resilience, a crown made of spiritual authority. And now, it's time for your declaration. Write it in the comments, over and over, until you feel it in your bones. I claim the crown. I claim the crown of energy. The crown is mine. The more you write it, the more you anchor this prophecy in your reality. Because Capricorn, the crown is not a gift for the lazy. It's not handed to the ones who run away from their tests. It is for the ones who endure, who keep going even when the world tells them to quit, who rise even when their body screams, "Stay down." Let me tell you something powerful. Your exhaustion is not a signal of weakness. It is a sign that your spiritual muscles have been working overtime. It's the final workout before the transformation. Think of an athlete in their last lap. Their legs are burning, their chest is on fire, their body is screaming to stop. But the finish line is right there. That's you, Capricorn. You are in your final lap before a new decade of destiny opens. But here's the twist again. This crown doesn't just give you energy, it gives you authority. Authority over your emotions. Authority over the fears that once ruled you. Authority over the people who once drained you. When you wear this crown, no one can siphon your energy again without your permission. No more spiritual vampires, no more secret chains, no more betrayal disguised as love. The crown will mark you as untouchable, protected, elevated, and Spirit says, Capricorn, you have carried heavy weights for years. This crown is your reward, but only if you endure the labor of these final days. So I ask you right now, will you endure? Will you hold faith when your body feels weak? Will you keep declaring even when your mind tells you to give up? Because if you do, something miraculous happens on September 30th. Your tiredness will collapse, and in its place will rise an unstoppable power you have never known before. It's like lightning surging through your veins, like a lion waking up inside you, like destiny finally crowning you as the ruler of your own energy. Capricorn, this is your moment. This is why you were born. You are not just here to survive exhaustion. You are here to turn it into eternal fire. So declare with me one more time. I claim the crown. I claim the crown of energy. The crown is mine. Say it until every part of you believes it, because once you do, nothing and no one will ever drain you again. The tiredness is not killing you, it's birthing you. And when you rise with the crown of energy, the world will no longer see you as broken, tired, or weak. They will see you as chosen, as royal, as unstoppable Capricorn. Let's get this clear. September 28th, 29th and 30th are not ordinary days on a calendar. They are a gateway, a 3-day portal that decides how your energy, your destiny, and your future will unfold. Think of it like 3 doors standing before you. Each day is a door, and behind each door is both danger and destiny. Step through blindly, and you risk collapse. Step through with awareness, and you unlock the miracle written in your stars. Here's how the prophecy unfolds. Day 1, September 28th, the drain reveals itself. On this day, you will feel the heaviness peak. You may wake up feeling as if someone has stolen your sleep. You'll notice conversations, obligations, even certain people leaving you more drained than filled. This is the day where masks fall. Spirit is showing you exactly who or what has been pulling on your life force. Pay attention, Capricorn, because whoever drains you on this day is the very chain you must cut before you rise. Day 2, September 29th, the mirror shatters. This is the day of revelation. The truths you've been avoiding or denying will stand before you, unshakable. Maybe you'll see someone's betrayal. Maybe you'll realize you've betrayed your own energy by staying where you no longer belong. This day may sting because mirrors don't lie. But remember, what shatters is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to free you from illusions that have trapped you for years. Once the mirror breaks, no one can trick you again. Day 3, September 30th, the crown descends, the final day. The day everything flips. Exhaustion turns into power. Heaviness turns into lightness. The same tiredness that once kept you on the floor transforms into unstoppable fire. This is where Spirit says, "Well done, Capricorn. You endured the drain. You faced the mirror. Now wear the crown." On this day, you step into your rebirth, not just stronger, but crowned with divine authority. But here's the twist. Not everyone will walk through this gateway. Some will be blind to the drain. Some will refuse to face the mirror. Some will collapse before the crown descends. And those who miss it will stay tired, not just for days, but for months, even years. That is the cost of ignoring the signs. Capricorn, you are not meant to stay stuck in cycles of exhaustion. These 3 days are your exit door. This is your breakthrough window. This is your once-in-a-lifetime reset. And now, I want you to take action. Tell me in the comments right now, which day are you most afraid of? 28, 29, or 30? And then comment again, which day you are claiming as your rebirth. Because when you write it, you declare it. And when you declare it, the universe begins to align with your choice. Think about this. If you fear September 28th, it means you know you've been drained for too long. That's the chain you must cut. If you fear September 29th, it means you're scared of the truth. That's the mirror you must face. If you fear September 30th, it means you doubt your worthiness to wear the crown. That's the lie you must destroy. But whichever day you fear most, that's the very day that holds your greatest treasure. Capricorn, the prophecy is alive. It is breathing through your tiredness, your dreams, your struggles, and it's asking you one question. Will you walk through the gateway, or will you turn back and stay stuck? The universe won't force you. Spirit won't drag you. The choice is yours. But let me say this with love and urgency. You have been tired for too long. You have carried weights that were never yours. You have delayed your own rise because fear told you to wait. No more waiting. No more delaying. These 3 days are the line in the sand. Cross it and you rise. Refuse it and the cycle repeats. So, Capricorn, what will it be? The drain, the mirror, the crown, or all 3 claimed, conquered, and transformed into your ultimate breakthrough? Say it with me. I see the drain. I shatter the mirror. I wear the crown. This is your prophecy. This is your choice. This is your destiny. Capricorn, these last 3 days, September 28th, 29th, and 30th, are not ordinary. They are the storm before your rebirth. They are the prophecy that decides your future. The drain, the mirror, the crown, 3 prophecies, 3 days, 3 choices. The question is, which will you choose? Will you stay collapsed in exhaustion? Or will you rise crowned with unstoppable power? Right now, flood the comments with your declaration. I break the drain. I see the mirror. I claim the crown. Write it again and again until your spirit believes it. Because every comment is not just words. It is a contract with the universe. And hear this clearly. Spirit is watching. The universe is listening. Those who declare boldly will rise. Those who stay silent will stay stuck. Capricorn, your tiredness is not your ending. It is your beginning. By the time September 30th closes, you will either collapse in the old cycle or rise into the greatest strength of your destiny. So I ask you one last time, will you stay tired or will you rise into your prophecy?